Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and I am doing an inspired look of Rihanna at the CFDA Awards. Everyone has been just saying, I love her smoky eye, and you know what? She did look amazing. The dress definitely was controversial, and there was some beautiful things about it, and yet, those shoes probably hardly wearing anything. But anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the eye smoky eye technique because the foundation takes too long and I want this to be a shorter video. So if you want to look at any of my foundation techniques, look at my other videos. So what I did was I put like a lilac metallic highlighting powder on the brow bone, and then in the inner part of the lid I put like a white kind of yellowish pearl in the inner. So now I'm taking a black cream shadow, and I'm taking my rounded brush and I'm just gonna like put that on there just to give it some depth, and I'm gonna seal it with a black powder. But the cream shadow tends to give me a little bit more coverage in a more smoother fashion, and I think using this technique tends to really make the the smoky eye a lot easier to blend. But that's just my technique. I mean, some people just like to use straight powder, and that's okay. Or you could just use straight cream as well. So as you can see, I'm just putting the black and I'm just spreading it around to really create a nice structure to the eyes. And it depends on what type of eye shape you have. You want to make sure that you always apply it to the the way that your eyes are going to look their best. And so architecture to a smoky eye is so key. Otherwise, you're going to end up looking like a raccoon. And that's where the key thing to this kind of look is all about, is being able to properly put it in the right place and blend it in the right areas, so that way, and then merge it with the right colors if you're using like secondary, third different colors to enhance this look, which I am here. I'm actually using four different colors, but the black is the smoky part of it, which is definitely going to be gradiating into more, not just black, but as I merge into the other colors, it does tend to go more into the gray zone. So as you can see, I'm just blending this in, and I'm using my blending brush and I'm shaping this out. And like I said, using the cream shadow really helps with the blending. And so if you haven't tried that, definitely try it. It's a great technique. Um, and so I'm taking my thicker blending brush, and now I'm just gonna just blend out the edges, not in the middle, but just the edges. See how it's starting to smoke out? Now this is a look that I always say, don't rush it. You got to take your time because it is such a beautiful look, and you want to make sure that you put the right intensity in the right area. So right now I'm just taking more black because I don't want any gray in the middle or the main part of the lid. I only want the grayish gradation to merge out on the inner crease going out. And see how I'm using different techniques here and different brushes. So I'm using the thicker brush, the thicker blending brush, to smooth that on the edges and just to gradiate it out. And then I'm using my just regular black cream um, brush to just make sure that the inner part has the most intensity. And I'm using my sponge to create a nice guideline. And then now with all that blending, I'm going to go back in with the light highlighting for the inner. And then I'm going to go over the highlighting with the lilac shimmer. And the lilac shimmer is so pretty. And when I was looking at Rihanna's makeup, her makeup was gorgeous, I have to say. Whoever did it, I give major props to. Really gorgeous job. Completely and just she worked it. So it was beautiful. Anyway, so I'm using that inspiration based on Rihanna, obviously. So I'm putting that highlighting on the brow bone, and then just you gotta keep constantly going back and back because you want everything to be really, really blended and really just everything tight. You want everything to look really, really tight. So now I'm taking my black matte black powder, and I'm just going to take my flat brush and just going to go over it and set the black lid. Now, I'm not going to go all over because I don't want to take away the gradation from the blending I did. So as you can see, I'm just going to set the middle part from the lash line to the middle of the lid. And that really adds more payout for the black. So I'm taking a black pencil, and I'm going to go right on the lash line and the waterline, and I'm blending that in with my straight brush just to smudge it out because I don't want it to just have a strong line. I still want it to merge down and smoke out a little bit. And see that now the look is really starting to pull together. And okay, so what you want to make sure to do is you want to always walk away for a minute to really see how this is shaping up. So I'm taking a little bit of my concealer brush and I'm just going to clean and even out the edges. And this is something you want to do because shape is so valuable in this look. So I'm just taking that and just cleaning it up and smoothing it out. And then I'm going to add another color underneath after I smooth this out, just to give it a little bit more softness of the under eye. And that's my fourth color. So I'm gonna take that, it's like a contouring color, and I'm gonna take my straight brush and just go right on the edge of the black. And this actually also warms it up, and it just pops the black, and then it also enhances that lilac color metallic highlighting powder. And it just I don't know what it is, but it just makes it really nice. And it still creates a nice smoky effect. So I'm going back in with my black liner just to fill in any kind of empty spots that might have happened during the application. And also make sure, as you can see, I'm using my fingers a lot. My fingers are such an invaluable tool. And I always tell my students, when you do makeup, don't ever underestimate your fingers and the tools that you have with your fingers. And like one of my mentors that when I started out was an amazing makeup artist, and he's no longer with us, but he really taught me so much. His name was Way Bandy. And when I was a young kid, just totally into doing makeup, and he basically, said, don't ever not use your fingers. Always use your fingers. So thank you, Way, for that. And I still do, and I always will. So I'm using this very kind of very earthy tone mixed with a little bit of shimmer blusher. And as you see, I put that on the cheeks. And now I'm using a straight highlighting powder just on top of the cheekbone, just to bring out that dewiness. And I'm going to go down the bridge of the nose and just along her chin. And this gives that little pop of highlight. And then I'm going to go back in with that little bit of that cheek color that I used, and just kind of blend it all together so that there's no distinct line. Everything merges together because you want to see that's that color. Then I'm going to use that same color and get my blending brush and go right in the corner of the inner lid. See the inner crease? So I'm just going to go from the corner out. And this all ties everything together. And this is such a beautiful finishing to it. And you want to make sure you finish the brows really nicely. And if you like my techniques and you want to become a makeup artist, or you just love to learn how to do makeup, go to www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. I have an online certification or regular online classes. You can take them individually or with the program. Or if you want to come in and take private lessons, you can definitely do that. Or do a merging program. We call it a blended program where you can do both. We have it's cost effective for anyone with any budget and time, and it's very customized, so it's a great way to learn or become a pro. So here we are. I just did the mascara. Now I'm adding a glossy nude lip, and it's got a little bit more beigey, and this is it. This is my inspired look of Rihanna at the CFDA Awards, and I hope you guys all love it. Like I said, if you want to learn the foundation techniques, go check out my other videos. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Stay tuned for a lot more to come, and I will definitely be back again. Thanks so much. Bye.